Make way. The new music food truck is backing in. Powered by Ion Indie Magazine.
Welcome to the big new beat and popular music.
It's the new music food truck with Stace Edwards.
Hey, it's Stace Edwards. Welcome in. This is the new music food truck powered by Ion Indie Magazine. Thanks for tuning in. Jim's in the back putting the icing on the birthday cake. Yep, our birthday. We're 1 year old. Can you believe that, Jim? 1 year old already. Let's check the math on this. We've done 52 shows, one per week for 52 weeks. That's a year. One solid year of the new music food truck. Thanks for being a part of it, because we couldn't do it if you weren't listening. And a special shout out to our friends Kiki and everybody at Ion Indie Magazine who helped make this possible as well. They even did a special write-up on us. Catch the story at ionindie-magazine.com. Well, the birthday show is jam-packed. We're going to talk with Rick Springfield. Yeah, that Rick Springfield. He's got a brand new record out called Orchestrating My Life, where he's put orchestral music to all of his songs. We'll catch up with Rick here in a bit. We'll do some music from Ballyhoo. The Mowglis have a brand new track. We'll check the tour itinerary from the band O.A.R. Ever heard of them? Of course you have. We'll get a second helping in from Movers and Shakers. And let's fire it up with these guys from the UK. They're called Pretty Vicious. They should have their debut album out anytime. The song's called These Four Walls. Hey, order up. This is the new music food truck.
Hi, I'm Andy Weber from the Movers and Shakers, and you're listening to the New Music Food Truck.
Nothing that's better blow you away. Come on, baby, let it catch you. Let it hit you in the back now. Till you're coming off the track now. I got to see you shake it. See every move you take. The room is really quaking now to the music that we're making now. Come on, baby, you can dance. You know you are waiting.
Movers and Shakers. We talked to those guys last week. Catch a replay on our website at newmusicfoodtruck.com.
The New Music Food Truck Concert Showcase.
Our friends O.A.R. have a brand new record out. It's called The Mighty O.A.R. 10 solid tracks. The band's got a full itinerary that kicks off June 5th out in New Hampshire. Then it's off to New Jersey, Boston, Massachusetts, Selbyville, Delaware, Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, back into New York to play the rooftop at Pier 17 on June 11th. They'll have the American Authors and Hunter Tones with them on that leg of the tour. And if you're listening to us out in Colorado, or if you want to make the trip out to Morrison, Colorado, go see them at Red Rocks August 8th. Beautiful venue, great band. What more could you ask for? O.A.R. You can get the complete itinerary at newmusicfoodtruck.com. Let's check out the single from the mighty O.A.R. It's called Turn It Up Slow. This is the New Music Food Truck.
Driving in the rain, crossing every lane, running in the dark till the day that I met you. Couldn't see the way, but you lit me up. Yeah, you caught my bluff. You know that I want you. I ain't looking for a broken heart. I'm just looking for a brand new start. But you Walking in the dark, you put me together. Racing through the lights, hearts open wide. Let's close our eyes, stay here forever. And I know I ain't looking for a broken heart, I'm just looking for a brand new start. But you pay the part and I fight for you. Oh, 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 oh. You don't wanna be the lonely one, only wanna be the one I want. Let's stop the car and I'll dance with you. Here we go, round and around we go. Nothing but the stars in the stereo. When you turn it up slow. We go round and around we go. Nothing but the stars in the stereo. When you turn it up slow. I was on the line, thinking all the time. Everything has changed since the day that I met you. Here we go, round and around we go. Nothing but the stars in the stereo. When you turn it up slow. We go round and around we go. Nothing but the stars in the stereo. When you turn it up slow.
The new music food trucks, Ion Indie Music Takeout.
Hard to believe it's been a year since the new music food truck rolled out its hot, fresh weekly banquet of new music. From the premiere on AM 1670 in San Antonio, Texas a year ago, the show has grown to today's 23 radio stations and 9 podcast sites, making the new music food truck one of the fastest growing weekly syndicated radio shows heard daily around the world. Yours truly, Jim Edwards, and my brother Stace enjoy bringing you the best in fresh, hot, new music from artists around the world. Get to know us with editor Kiki Plesha's interview of everything food truck in Ion Indie Magazine this month, along with over 100 pages of the best in indie music, absolutely free online at Ion Indie Magazine. That's ION Indie, Indie with an IE Magazine, IonIndieMagazine.com.
The new music food trucks, Ion Indie Music Takeout.
Cause I can't sit back.
PkewPkewPkew. Truth be told, I had to ask how to pronounce it. It's spelled Pkew. It's all one word. It's spelled 3 times back to back. The guy I know that knows these guys says, hey, put your first finger out and your thumb up like you're shooting a gun with your finger and make that finger gun sound. Pew, pew, pew. That's the name of the band. Song's called I Don't Matter at All from Optimal Lifestyles.
It's the new music food truck.
Some freshly ground peppermint.
Weekly special.
Well, the band Fat White Family have released a new single. It's called When I Leave. It's the latest song from their Surf's Up album that'll be out soon. Let's check it out. Our weekly special, the new music food truck.
We're just getting started. Y'all come back for another heaping helping of tasty tunes on the new music food truck.
Adopt US Kids presents What to Expect When You're Expecting. A teenager. Learning the lingo.
Today I'm going to help parents translate teen slang. Now, when a teen says something is on fleek, it's exactly like saying, that's rad. It simply means that something is awesome or cool. Another one is totes. It's exactly like saying, totally, just shorter. As in, I totes love going to the mall with Becca. Another word you might hear is jelly. Jelly is a shorter, better way to say jealous. As in, Chloe, I am like so jelly of your unicorn phone case.
You don't have to speak teen to be a perfect parent. Thousands of teens in foster care will think you're, rad just the same. To learn more, visit adoptuskids.org. A public service announcement brought to you by the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services, Adopt U.S. Kids, and the Ad Council.
Welcome, everybody, and thanks for tuning in. I'm your host, Smokey Cole Bear, filling in for Smokey on his birthday, because after 75 years of...
Only you can prevent wildfires.
Turns out there's much more to say. Just look at the news. Nearly 90% of wildfires are caused by us humans being careless. And I'm not just talking about obvious things like campfires or letting your totally sweet nephew, Francis, play with matches. I'm talking about dumping your used barbecue coals willy-nilly or parking your car on tall, dry grass. That can lead to poof. Guess the song was wrong. We did start the fire. But listen, being a South Carolinian, I respect Mother Nature and her trees, whether coniferous, deciduous, or new car scented. So if you love the outdoors like me, go to SmokeyBear.com to learn more about wildfire prevention, because fire safety is always in season. Brought to you by the U.S. Forest Service, your state forester, and the Ad Council.
La 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 la.
Bob and Lisa from the BellRays.
I'm Lisa from the BellRays.
And you are listening to the New Music Food Truck.
New Music Food Truck.
Woo!
Food Truck, powered by Ion Indie Magazine.
Well, this is new and I'm just trying to wrap my head around it. I didn't know what I was missing, but I guess I found it. And now I'm feeling this is real, I gotta deal with it. Don't always know just what to say, but we should talk about it. Here we are, we found ourselves in quite a situation. I never thought I'd be having this kind of conversation. I gotta deal with these feelings, this is real. But I should find the words to say, we need to talk about it. I think it's weird you've been here all this time, and I don't know if I can love you, but I'll try. Maybe the universe is giving us a sign, and I don't know if I can love you, but let's talk about it. Oh, let's talk about it. We need to talk about it. Talk about it. Oh, let's talk about it. You and I were perfect strangers up until this moment. I got a lot to learn, a lot to give, a lot to show you. And now we're dealing with these feelings, this is real. I get so nervous, but I'm better when we talk about it. I think it's weird you've been here all this time, and I don't know if I can love you, but I'll try. Maybe the universe is giving us a sign, and I don't know if I can love you, but let's talk about it. Oh, let's talk about it. We need to talk about it. Talk about it. Oh, let's talk about it. I think it's weird you've been here all this time, and I don't know if I can love you, but I'll try. Maybe the universe is giving us a sign, and I don't know if I can love you, but let's talk about it. Oh, let's talk about it. We need to talk about it. Talk about it. Oh, let's talk about it.
The Mowglis. It's called Talk About It from American Feelings. We'll get a chance to catch up with the Mowglis on next week's show. I'm Stace Edwards. Let's meet the band.
Would you like to know more?
Meet the band on the new Music Food Truck.
Well, it is such a thrill to have a chance to sit down and talk with Mr. Rick Springfield. Really appreciate you being here.
You're welcome. Thank you.
So I feel like we know a lot of the history of Rick Springfield, but what's the two most important things to know about Rick Springfield today?
Wow, only two? Okay. I don't know. I guess I'm still writing, I'm still recording, and I'm still playing live. That's three. I'm still writing novels. That's four. I'm still acting. That's five. And that's three over what you already asked. So you got three free ones.
Thank you very much. Well, it seemed like you were one of those overnight sensations that just all of a sudden you got huge on both TV and in music. But you'd been working in music and TV for a decade prior, so was it at all overwhelming, and were you prepared for that kind of success?
A bit of both, actually. It was kind of overwhelming with the force and the power that it hit, but I had been preparing all that time. And I anticipated it actually happening a lot earlier. It just took way longer than I thought.
Today, the record industry has changed with the instant access to the internet and social media. Do you think Jesse's Girl would have been as big of a hit now if you were just starting out today as opposed to 1981?
I think it's a catchy song, but it's the industry is so different now. I mean, Jesse's Girl wasn't a single. It was picked by the radio stations in America because they liked the song, which would not happen now because everything's on a closed playlist and they play only what they're told to play. So I thank the DJs and their freedom to play music they liked for the success, the first success of Jesse's Girl. There's probably too many chords in the song for it to be a hit today.
Well, I love the new record, Orchestrating My Life. It just came out. It's newly recorded orchestral versions of all your hits, and a new one in there as well. What inspired the fresh new look at your body of work with a full orchestra?
Well, we were invited over to Germany to do a show called Rock Meets Classics, where they took, like a bunch of songs and arranged them. And I just had to come over, and they had the band and the orchestra already rehearsed. So I went over just to see what the deal was, and it was a lot of fun. It was unusual and a different experience to hear these songs played with a full orchestra. And I became real good friends with Wolf Kershak, who was the maestro for those shows in Germany. And we came back here and tried it in America, and it went really, really well. We've done a few shows with the local symphony orchestras in San Diego and all over the place. And then we thought of the idea of actually doing an album, and the opportunity was presented to us, and basically, did it. It was a lot of fun doing it. I because most of them are old hits, I tried to make the vocals sound, like I was 30 again, and it was a challenge. But overall, I think it came out really great. I'm very happy with a lot of the arrangements, especially on songs like My Father's Chair and Irreplaceable and World Start Turning, songs that aren't as well known as some of the other hits.
Well, let's talk about touring. You've been all over. Is there a certain place you like to get to more than others? Do you have a favorite?
Well, the wine country certainly comes to mind. Sonoma, Napa Valley. We like to partake of the O.A.Rs up there. We just got back actually from Disney World. We had 2 days there that was pretty great.
Back home, what's the must-have, gotta-go-to place to eat that you look forward to getting back to?
Oh, my most favorite place to eat is actually our kitchen. My wife is an incredible chef. The one thing I miss on the road is, even though we eat at great restaurants and that, there's nothing like the way food is cooked at home. And my wife, like I said, my wife's an amazing chef, and she has so many great dishes. It's like Christmas coming home. I love it. I love it.
Let's pair food and music. What food and drink goes best with a night of Rick Springfield music?
What food and drink? Wow. For me, it would be red wine and turkey cutlets. My wife makes great turkey cutlets.
How about back in the 1980s?
Back in the 80s, yep, red wine. But my wife wasn't cooking back in the 80s, so it would probably be whatever the best restaurant was. I used to like sushi back then before we discovered that raw fish came with a whole lot of trouble.
Thanks, Rick, for taking the time to do this for us. What's coming up next for you, and set us up for the new version of Jesse's Girl?
Next, I'll be touring with this album. We'll be going from city to city with different symphony orchestras. I'm also finishing up my third novel. My second one is right now is at Audible here in America. We're getting ready to record that. I'm getting ready to write a new record. We're also looking for acting projects. This new version of Jesse's Girl was it was one of the toughest ones actually to accept, because Jesse's Girl is such a ingrained song in my psyche now. I've played it, I think, probably close to 1 million times. But it's I think it came out great. It added some extra power to the choruses, and the song is what it is. So it's basically about, unrequited lust. Knew this girl that didn't want anything to do with me, so I went home and wrote a song about it, and it happened to be a very fortuitous song, and I got the song and not the girl, which I'm okay with at this point. This is Jesse's Girl, orchestrated from Orchestrating My Life.
This is the new music food truck.
Jesse is a friend. Yeah, I know he's been a good friend of mine. But lately something's changed and ain't hard to define. Jesse's got himself a girl and I wanna make her mine. And she's watching him with those eyes, and she's loving him with that body, I just know it. And he's holding her in his arms late at night. You know, I wish that I had Jesse's girl. I wish that I had Jesse's girl. Where can I find a woman like that? I'll play along with the charade. There doesn't seem to be a reason to change. You know, I feel so dirty when they start talking cute. I wanna tell her that I love her, but the point is probably moot. Cause she's watching him with those eyes, and she's loving him with that body, I just know it. And he's holding her in his arms late at night. You know, I wish that I had Jesse's girl. I wish that I had Jesse's girl. Where can I find her?
miss part of the show? Want to find out more about a song you just heard? You can get song and artist info, links to the song and video, even a replay of the whole show on our website at newmusicfoodtruck.com.
What's up? This is Howie Spangler from Ballyhoo, and you're listening to the New Music Food Truck.
That's our friends Ballyhoo. This is the New Music Food Truck. Stace Edwards. Let's see what's cooking. Hot off the grill from the Canadian band of brothers called Beyond the Sun. They just released a brand new single called Push the Pace. Let's serve it up. Hot off the grill. This is the New Music Food Truck.
once in my life, all in a red, gun to my head. I'm a calling bluff till you had enough. Oh, I'm on a roll and dies for one.
New music, cooked to perfection. It's the New Music Food Truck.
Someplace you can go. It goes on and on until the morning comes. 'Cause you've got no place that you can call your own. It goes on and on until the morning comes. 'Cause you've got no place that you can call your own. Explaining me your tragedies in your own. Would to be the death of me, you know. Speak a little loud, stand a little tall. You got the devil on your shoulder. Speaking right to buy your time to cross that line. It goes on and on until the morning comes. You've got no place that you can call your own. It goes on and on until the morning comes. 'Cause you've got no place that you can call your own.
Dig Lazarus. They've been described as Queens of the Stone Age meets Blink-182. What do you think? The song's called Tell Me Why. They've got a brand new EP that'll be out here in a couple weeks. Looking forward to hearing some more from Dig Lazarus. I'm Stace Edwards. Hope you're enjoying the birthday special. We've officially turned 1 year old. Now that we're 1 year old, Jim, here's what to expect. We should be able to sit without leaning on anything or being held up. We should also be able to belly crawl, scoot, or even creep on our hands and knees. We can even pull to standing and move, holding on to some furniture. And at 1 year old, we can typically communicate with some words and gestures. See, Jim, I'm making progress. I'm right on track. A special shout out to everybody who carries the New Music Food Truck. We really appreciate you. We enjoy bringing the show to you every week. And again, thanks for making us a part of your weekly as well. Keep up with the New Music Food Truck. Give us a like on Facebook and follow us on Twitter. It's a great way to stay connected to everything the New Music Food Truck.
The New Music Food Truck. Chef's Choice.
How about a sunny breath of fresh air? The band's called Foreign Air. It's a duo. They just released the single called Everything Is Good Now. It's our Chef's Choice, the New Music Food Truck.
I've been stuck here on the outside looking in. When we're together, everything feels different. When I was younger, I was so damn happy. Now I need something that goes down smooth every time when I'm with you. Sunlight dripping from the ceiling, all the clocks are melting, all the crazy feelings. was so damn happy. Now you're that something that goes down smooth every time when I'm with you. Sunlight dripping from the ceiling, all the clocks are melting. What a crazy feeling when I'm with you. I get to be my own world, get to be Picasso. Everything's good now. Everything's good now. Everything's good now. Sunlight is dripping when I'm with you. All the clocks are melting when I'm with you. What a crazy feeling when I'm with you. Everything is good now 'cause I'm with you. Sunlight dripping from the ceiling, all the clocks are melting. What a crazy feeling when I'm with you. I get to be my own world, get to be Picasso. Everything's good now. Everything's good now. Everything's good now.
What will those crazy Edwards brothers serve up next? Stay tuned. It's the new music food truck.
Woo! Let's get crazy!
In movies, when someone at a party jumps into a pool fully dressed, everyone cheers them on and jumps in too. Just so you know, in real life parties, nobody jumps in after you. You just look stupid.
Come on, jump in! Come on!
Most party fouls are pretty dumb, but if you decide to drink and drive underage, you could lose your license and your freedom. Learn more at ultimatepartyfoul.org. Brought to you by the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration and the Ad Council.
Hamilton was adopted from a rescue in 2008. He really likes to be around people. I get out my mat and I'm doing a downward dog and he's underneath. He's quite the pug about town. He gets invited to a lot of parties. He knows he's a pretty big deal. Look at this little face. How could you not love him?
Hamilton the Pug, Instagram star and shelter pet. Amazing adoption stories start in shelters. Visit theshelterpetproject.org to find a pet near you. Brought to you by Maddie's Fund, the Humane Society of the United States, and the Ad Council.
Hey, hon, what you doing with your phone? Taking pictures?
No, I'm asking it questions.
Like what?
Hey, Bobo, do flowers have best friends?
I'm sorry. I'm afraid I don't know that. Hey, follow me. I want to show you something. Look, flowers do have best friends.
Whoa.
Some answers can only be found in nature. Discover the unsearchable. Visit discovertheforest.org to find a trail near you. Brought to you by the United States Forest Service and the Ad Council.
This is a public service announcement test from TakeMeFishing.org to determine if you need a fishing license and boat registration before heading out on the water. Let us begin. Are you a bear? Do you have a beak? Do you have plumage? Please tell me you answered no, which means you need to get a fishing license and have your boat registered, because it helps local conservation efforts protect the very natural resources you enjoy boating and fishing in for generations to come. Do your part at TakeMeFishing.org.
And now, a shocking announcement.
That was tasty.
It's the After Dinner Mint on the new music food truck.
Well, I hope you saved room for the After Dinner Mint. Stace Edwards. Gotta check out the video on this one. You can find a link on our website at newmusicfoodtruck.com. Very interesting. The band's called Lazars Finest with their single Baracho. It's our After Dinner Mint, the new music food truck. And there you have it, our birthday show. Hey, happy birthday, Jim. I've never known a 1-year-old who can grow a full beard. You're something special, you know that, kid? You like playlists? We got playlists. You can get this show's playlist from our website, newmusicfoodtruck.com. And if you're in a band, you want to submit your music, head over to the site for all the info on how to do exactly that. Another shout out to Kiki and all of our friends over at Ion Indie Magazine. Thanks for all the help with getting the New Music Food Truck up and running. And if you want to check out the article they wrote on Jim and I, head over to ionindie.com. Warning, there's a picture there of us, a reminder, a couple of faces for radio. Mostly mine, though. Jim was a supermodel before he did all this. We shall restock a fresh menu next week. We'll talk to the guys from the Mowglis. We'll see you then. Hey, Jim, I hope you saved me some of that cake. I'm starving.
Hey, get that thing out of here!
It's the New Music Food Truck, powered by Ion Indie Magazine.